Pis Yabanci basically started up with me and Ali, who was our first drummer. We were hired to back up this American traveling musician, Emmett Williams, but Ali and I kind of got a spark very quickly and started experimenting with Emmett's music to the stage that we
fucking up his music.
Fucked his music up big time. But he was cool about it. He was a nice, open-minded guy. But then, as soon as we'd done that, we were just like, okay, we have to work together, and we started jamming together. Shortly after that, I met Matt in a pub, and found out quickly that A, he liked the cinematic orchestra, and B, he played the clarinet. So I asked him down to jam with us, and since then, that's more or less the inception of Pis Yabanci. We had two rules when we started: no guitars and no covers. We've broken one of the rules once and the other one a lot. But yeah, that was it. Aggressive jazz noise project, I think we decided it would be.
Another way which I enjoy is when it helps them with their rhymes, which is to clap. Bow, wow, boom, dog, up, down.
I really enjoyed their music. So yeah, and I was talking to my friend, let me know if they need a drummer. And after a short time, they really need a drummer. So that was it.
Big portions of my life listening to music, and I don't define myself as a musician. I don't even think of myself as a musician. Playing music is just an excuse to surround myself with music more. than the spirit of being part of the music and the feeling that the music gives you.
Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting on her cushion on the bed and of having nothing to do. Once or twice, she would peek into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures, or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? Making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble. Oh dear, I shall be late. When she thought it over afterwards, it occurred to her that she looked at it, and then hurried on. Alice started to repeat, for it flashed across her mind that she had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take after it. And burning with curiosity, she ran across the field after it. Unfortunately, this time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under.
Also, as well, when you're playing music, it's about losing yourself, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
If you can reach the point where you lose yourself, and then it doesn't matter what your influence is, it doesn't actually matter. You actually become something new. You're creating something that isn't just part of you, it's part of a group of people coming together and forming something more than the sum of the parts, which is what happens with the great music makers. They create something more than themselves. So yeah, we've all got different influences, but that doesn't matter. When we come together, we create something.
Yeah.
He's a lonely man down by the sea. The water's rising past his knees. He takes a step and he goes on, swimming towards that siren song. Soggy.
People don't trust you and they just want you in the band just to fuck around, nothing music-wise. And it took me like 4 years, I was in one cover band and then another one and then another one. And then I figured out all the reasons they want me in the band, just to have some show off in the band,
Ships. The hippies are loose, but the whales are pissed. Call it rock with a harpoon in your back and dance to the sounds of the terrorist attack.
really pissed off with injustice in general. And you see it all over the fucking place. So, not really campaigning, like Matt said, for anything in particular. I just see ugliness. And I find the ugliness incredibly inspiring musically. Because it shows this really dark side of human nature. It's so dark that we all take it for granted, and it's sort of like something that's always there. We've always lived like this. The desire to change this is really low, so it's become part of our environment. So, like, you know, especially if you're doing lyrics, which we've been doing more and more of recently, like, you sing about your environment, you sing what you're familiar with, what's around you. I tend to write more objective viewpoint of something rather than something more subjective. And injustice is something that just basically pisses me off on a daily basis. And we see it from the individual to the entirety of society and even the makeup of mankind.
Stole of the masses, let's cook up some mashes and show him how things are done here. A car, the straight, the bomb, a gut-wrenching feeling that spews from your lungs. Have you seen a man speaking? His conscience is strong. What we perceive takes one more hit from the bong. He struck off the power, he stole it, took acid. Let's cook up some mashes and show him how things are done wrong. Wrong. Beware of the man who has no set of views, who knows what he wants, he has something to lose. A car, the straight, the bomb, the gun. He points at you laughing when something's gone wrong. Have you thought of retrieving the power that's gone? With a blink of an eye and a twist of an arm, they all weep together but we sing along. Let's cook up some masses and show him how things are done wrong.
God's way of moving our arms. Wow, wow, wow. Done. Another way is like a bird. Another way is like a bird to flap your wings.
One of the problems with venues in Istanbul is they're either really elitist in terms. I mean elitist just insofar as how much they charge for a beer. Which, like, if you go to certain places like Babylon, for example, you're paying 10 lira or more for a beer. And that's obvious elitism. They don't want ordinary people to go there. And that's one of the things we're trying to change at Shaft, is that we've actually, normally they charge the same amount of money for like a bar in Kadıköy. It's like ridiculous. Like we're trying to get them to charge a sensible price for beer. And then people will actually like drink beer and enjoy music, which is, you know, that's the point.
We go up and down and up and down and see the mouse of eternity in about this head of the sun, but it's so wake up forever with the saggy mermaid. Wake up forever with the saggy mermaid.
Really quite good audience. They were like really, you can tell by their faces that they enjoyed a lot, and some of them are even jumping. So it depends on the venue, I mean, and it depends on how they like you, because some kind of music is not, you know, available to jump or, you know, dance around, but, you know, you can still tell by the faces. And yeah,
I get the feeling with a lot of Turkish audiences that, especially the ones that go to a niche thing, so something that maybe we would call underground or maybe is world music, they're kind of self-conscious about being there. They don't feel really part of it, so they don't really know how to like let themselves go.
I know the soil gutters. And the trouble on the streets and all the banks have kept receipts, and I hold you back from your own foolish ways. You walk head high with your pieces breaking under you. Empty traffic lights will tell you what to do. Buses made of paychecks, and the suburbs take a rain check, and the mundane always wins over the will. And the tower blocks still gently while your pockets remain empty, and the only sign of life turns in its soul. The frown of life is branded on your skull. It's like the cop shop round the corner.
Since Napster, everything in the music industry seems to have changed, and as a result, bands have to kind of, independent bands have to sort it all out themselves. They have to do it themselves.
Why don't we sell CDs for £1 a CD? It's like all those years they were charging £15 for a CD. Who was getting that money? It wasn't the artist, it was the record label.
Record labels don't take risks anymore. They don't lose money on any bands.
I think in some decades, record label is going to be history.
Let's
And
hope
I guess
so.
it's
They
changing.
know it, they're fighting against it, but they're just dinosaurs. They're gonna, they know that they're going to become extinct.
Yeah.
And they're fighting as hard as they can, but they're going to die.
Where everything is fine. On sunny days in Tarlabasha, we'll be drinking wine. Got potheads, drop heads sitting on the floors with the dicks up the coke top. Nose heads, blow heads, come on down to Tarlabasha. Everything will be just fine. I used to live in Tarlabasha, and everything was just fine. I seen you down in Tarlabasha, but now you're doing